Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you all. Well, I can't see you, obviously. I'm getting used to looking at you through a video camera, but I'm imagining all your smiling faces. I'm pretending that you're smiling this morning. It's Trinity Sunday today, so you can check my sermon out for heretical comments a little later in our YouTube video for the service today. But no, I love Trinity Sunday, actually. It's a wonderful opportunity to meditate on the nature of the God that we worship. So yes, happy day is Trinity Sunday. Not too many notices today, but I'm sure many of you have heard the news this morning. It was rather unhelpfully, I think, announced at 10 o'clock last night that the government have decided that places of worship can be opened up for individual private prayer from the 15th of June. Now, this is more complicated than it might seem. Of course, for somebody like me that has two churches to look after, I would really appreciate it if you could get in touch with me, if you would really appreciate the church being opened up for you to come in and pray on your own in the building. This is all we're talking about at the moment. It's not about church services. It's just opening the buildings up. Normally, our church buildings aren't open in general for you to just wander in off the street to pray. That's not our normal practice. But obviously I'm very aware that this is unusual circumstances that we're in, and some of you might really appreciate the opportunity to go into the building. But I'd really like to get an idea of how many people would be interested so that we can start to plan and think. We're going to spend a bit of time this week. I'm going to be speaking to the church wardens, and we'll be thinking through the practicalities of opening our churches up for individual prayer, because it needs to be supervised, and we also need to kind of cordon off certain pews and things like that so that we can obey the social distancing rules as well. So it may not happen immediately, so I just wanted to warn people. Although from the 15th of June it's possible, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're suddenly going to be open on the 15th of June, because there's quite a few things that we need to just put in place before we reopen, just for this private prayer opportunity. So if it's something you feel quite strongly about, and you really think you'd appreciate it, it would really help me if you could just drop me a line, send me an email, or maybe even give me a ring and just say I'd really like the church to be opened up. It's just to help us really with the planning, and do pray for me and for all clergy who are trying to balance the needs of our congregations alongside keeping people safe as well. We are doing some work on the interior of the church at Clown at the moment. We're having some building work done because some of the plaster work was starting to crumble just before the lockdown. And now we've got permission to invite the contractors back in to the buildings to do that work. So it may well be that Clown Church, it's a little while before we open up Clown Church for individual prayer, because we're having this work done. So we've taken the opportunity really while the churches are closed to have some important work done on the fabric of the building. So that's also going to be happening. So do let me know what you think. Obviously, we're learning, aren't we, at the moment, that we can worship God wherever we are. But I do recognise as well the value of our church buildings and the symbol that they are in our communities. And sometimes sitting in a quiet church can be a really wonderful thing. So I'm hoping we'll be able to do something. But do bear with us, and I'll keep you posted as to what we decide in terms of how and when we might open our churches up. So thanks for your patience with that. And as I say, do get in touch with me if you have strong feelings on this, just to give me a bit of an idea of who would like to take part with that. So that's the main notice really today. As usual, we will be meeting at 11 o'clock today on Zoom. If you haven't done it before, do click on the link. So if you go to the website bcjj.org.uk /Zoom, you'll find the link there, and also the phone number. So you can actually ring in as well, but since you're watching this on your computer, you've probably got the facilities. But if you haven't got a webcam, you can actually just dial the phone number that's on the website to join the meeting over the phone. So feel free to give that a try, and hopefully we'll have a good chat later on our Zoom chat at 11 o'clock. Just been talking about having some work done on our churches while the churches are closed. Obviously this costs money, so if you haven't yet, we'd really appreciate it if you could set up a direct debit to church, so that you don't need to be worrying about not being able to put money on the plate each Sunday. You can, once you've set it up, you don't really need to think about it again, and it helps us as well, because we don't have to process the money, we don't have to count the money, then go and pay it into the bank, and apply for gift aid. It all happens automatically if you set up a direct debit with the parish giving scheme. So do give them a ring, and set that up if you haven't yet. If you'd rather just give by cheque at the moment, that's absolutely fine. You can write a cheque to church, and if you post it to me, I can pay it in at the post office. So you can pay by cheque as well. So do keep us in mind, because obviously we've got work to do on the churches, and we want the churches to still be there at the end of lockdown. So we do need financial assistance. So do keep that in mind. And I've got a nice little notice just to finish on today. It's June Wood's 80th birthday on Tuesday. Now, I don't think June is on the internet, but I'm sure maybe some of her family members are maybe watching this, I don't know. But do wish June a very happy 80th birthday from us all. I know she had big plans for a big party with all her family, and obviously that's going to be on hold now, until we can all gather again. But I hope in some way they can celebrate. Maybe I hope the weather's good. The weather's turned a bit, hasn't it? So I'm hoping she might be able to enjoy the garden at least on her 80th birthday. So many happy returns, June. We hope you have a really good day. And that's all our notices for today. So do head over to either YouTube or our church website for our service for Trinity Sunday. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.